cloud and hitters, man. You can never be a such you carry, gotta wear a mask. They be pulling at you.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Washington football team. First quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. A nice little gift there to start the ball game as they will begin things at the 40-yard line. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A handoff for Gibson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. On play action, Allen sliding out of the pocket. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. On the counter, Gibson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. The point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And some room to work. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goedert. That's complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Teams have it. Each team has scored 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On first down, Allen. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be brought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he's got this down to the 35.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Logan Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington has taken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll fire it deep for Rager.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
Forced out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Off the play fake. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Allen going to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To the air, Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Let's go. 72. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. They gonna need some therapy after this. Mike 55. Mike 55. So we got man. Hey, check right. Watch 55. Rip right. Check.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Montez Sweat able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be fourth down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Complete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Allen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for a sack. Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing is Allen on third. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
55, come on, guys, 55. Ready to work, ready to work. Let's see what you check that, street. Go, man, go. Check. Kill. Slam.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He'll fire it deep for Rager.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
So after the INT, it's Allen.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
5 yards remain on second down.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got some space here. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
That'll be caught. Rager with it.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Open man is Goedert, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. Brett Smith. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8.
taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run with Sanders. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Sanders again, and he's in. Touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. On 2nd down, it's Gibson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Allen to throw it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He's checking.
They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Check. Lucky. Kill. You got motion man. You got motion man.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Tight end deep in the red zone. Seemed like they had their mind made up that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory. They went for it, picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the end zone.
It's a quarterback sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Check 26.
Sanders is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Under 10, 10. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. They got ready for this, man. Hawk 70. Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles, if they hit the PAT, they will be in the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Allen. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try to run with Gibson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
One more time with Gibson. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
They'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got him in. Complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize here. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. It's up and it's good, but it won't matter. Because 7 is as close as they're going to get, and this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Washington, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots.